Okay, in this video, let's discuss our question 8 for this question paper November 2017. It's a question on a probability, right? Cinema branches is now it's a tree diagram as well as fundamental laws of a probability. Okay, now 8.1. A bag contains 3 blue marbles and 2 red marbles. A marble is taken from the bag, the color is recorded, and the marble is put aside. A second marble is taken from the bag, the color is recorded, then put aside. So let's assume this is my bag. Now 1, 2, 3 blue marbles and then 1, 2 red marbles. In total I have 5. 8.1.1 Batikiti. Draw a tree diagram to represent the information above. Show the possibilities associated with each branch as well as the possible outcomes. So let's draw a tree diagram in this case. So 8.1.1 for this question. Alright, again, I have 2 events. First one, I pick kanje marble at random lapha kuleya bag, then ngibekela aside. The second event, I take out another marble, I put it aside. So it means in each and every case nangithatha marble, ne, I don't put it back inside the bag, right? Angiphindiseli inside the bag, but instead ngiyayikhipha ngibekela aside eceleni. So it means le tree diagram yethu uzoba yilo kanje. Or let me say my events are dependent. It depends again on the previous event. So for the first one, for the first event, I can either choose a blue or I can choose any red, right? So what's the probability of me choosing a blue? It's I have 3 options out of 5. So it's 3 out of 5. Right, and then for red I have 2 options out of 5. Yes, this is the first event. On the second event is over dependent ngoba I do this. I can either choose any, I can either choose a red, na red ngiyayithatha, boom, ngiyabo ukuthi ngisala nama options ayingaki, I4, right? Ngisala nama options I4. Or I can choose the blue marble, or I can choose the blue marble. Nazo ngiyayithatha blue ngibekela aside. Still ngiyoba nama options ayingaki, I4. So for the second event, after choosing a blue, like for instance I can choose a red or any blue. So therefore the branch is about blue and red again. So it's going to be blue and red. And then lana, after choosing a red, I can also choose a red, or I can choose another, or I can choose a blue. So the possibility or the probability of me choosing a blue, after choosing a blue, I have 2 options out of 4 now. 2 out of 4. But lana I still have options 2 out of 4 this time. And then for the blue one is over after choosing a red for the first event, I will still have options out 3 for the blue, 3 out of 4. And then for the red one, I will have 1 out of 4. I will have 1 out of 4. But we also need to show the possibilities associated with each branch as well as the possible outcomes. So let's so okay, for this branch these are the outcomes. First thing, choose a blue, choose a blue. For this branch I chose a blue, now we are choose a red. For this branch I chose a red color, then I follow it up with a blue. For this branch I chose a red and a red, right? So this is our 8.1.1. 8.1.2 determine the probability of taking a red marble color and taking a blue marble in that order. Now 8.1.2, now the question ifuna the probability of taking a red color, taking out a red, then taking a blue. So red, blue, so bheka le branch le, taking out the red color, then we follow it up with ini a blue. Sifuna leyo probability le. So that the probability of taking out a red then following it up with the blue is equal to the probability of red color, which is 2/5, times the probability of blue after choosing a red, which is 3/4. So our answer is 2 times 3, 6/20. This is our answer. Or I can divide negative 3 2, then you about 3/10. Or I simplify further will be answer actually. Now 8.2. 8.2, A and B are two events. The probability that event A will occur is 0.4, and the probability that event B will occur is 0.3. The probability that either event A or event B will occur is 0.58. So 8.2.1, are these events mutually exclusive? Justify your answer with appropriate calculations. So asenze sona ke. All right, now as keep it data kala, we have probability, we have events A and B. So the probability of event A happening is 0.4. The probability of B happening is 0.3. The probability that either A or event B will occur, so in this case it's going to be A or B occurring, is equal to 0.58. For 8.2.1, but you justify your answer with appropriate calculations if event A and B are mutually exclusive. In order for event A and B to be mutually exclusive, the probability of A and B, the union or the events must not have an intersection. So meaning the probability of A and B must be equal to 0, right? For mutually exclusive events, right? So we need to calculate the probability of A and B. If this is equal to 0, then they are mutually exclusive. Now let's go. So sebenza a fundamental law of probability. The probability of A or B is equal to the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of A or B. Voila. The probability of A or B, 0.58. A 0.4, B 0.3 minus probability of A and B. We transpose probability of A and B is equal to 0.4 plus 0.3 minus 0.58. I think it's obvious with the answer, so it is definitely not equal to 0. So 0 is 0.7 lana minus 0.58. This is equal to asbone 0.7 minus 0.58 equal to 0.12. 0.12 is our answer. Therefore, since the probability of A and B is not equal to 0, it means A and B are not mutually exclusive. This is our conclusion for 8.2.1. These events are not mutually exclusive according to this calculation. 8.2.2 are events A and B independent. Justify using calculations are appropriate. So for this one, I send this on again. All right, now 8.2.2. In order to show that events are independent to each other, so I calculate the probability. If I have two events, like in our case with A and B, the probability of A and B being independent, the probability of A and B must be equal to the product of probability of A and probability of B, right? So I send this on again. I do have these values. I just need to multiply probability of A and probability of B and check ukuthi is equal to this value. Now if I equal, it means lama events are independent. So given data is probability of A and B. On the previous question, we calculated the probability of A and B as 0.12. So therefore, Tina, we need to calculate the probability of A times the probability of B. What is our answer? Is 0.4 times 0.3. Answer 0.4 times 0.3 equal to 0.12. 0.12. This is our answer. So therefore, the probability of A and B is equal to the probability of A times the probability of B. Therefore, lama events are independent. These events are in fact independent. So this brings us to the end of this recording. So ngiyabonga ukubukela, ungakhohlwa ukulike, ungakhohlwa ukushare, ungakhohlwa ukucomment as well as ukusubscribe if ever uthole some value out of this video. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. Asibonane on the next video. Bye bye.